Imagine this. Your customers are buzzing with excitement, checking their emails or social media to see what today's special offer is. Whether it's driving foot traffic to your farm market stand, boosting sales on your e-commerce website, or creating a crowd at your farm store, the daily or weekly special is a type of offer that can be a real game changer. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how this strategy works, how to make it work for your business. Let's dive in. Hey there, this is Corinna Bench, and welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast. In today's market, it's not enough to just grow your product. You've got to know how to sell it too. Welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast, where we reveal online marketing strategies and tips to help farmers like you get better and more confident at marketing. Learn how to find more customers, increase your sales, and build a strong brand for your farm. Let's start the show. Well, welcome to episode 295 of the My Digital Farmer podcast. I'm your host, Corinna Bench, one of the farmers at Shared Legacy Farms out in Elmore, Ohio. I'm also the founder of MyDigitalFarmer.com, which is all about trying to help other farmers like you get more confident in your marketing and sales strategy so that you can grow a profitable business. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the show. Happy New Year if you didn't get that message last week. And a big shout out to all of my regular, faithful listeners who keep coming back week after week. I'm really grateful for you. If you are new to the show, so glad you're here today. Make sure you subscribe. Check out my first 10 episodes. They are a great onboarding ramp into the marketing lingo, but I have a ton of other great episodes that you can skim through as well. You can also learn a lot about marketing, especially if you're pretty green to it, by getting onto my email list. Subscribe at mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. Easy to remember. And when you do, I'm going to send you an email roughly every 5 days for about 3 months, and it pretty much walks you through the marketing jungle. I'm going to share with you the key principles you need to know, the overall framework, influencers you should be following, resources and tools that are going to be helpful to you. It's really good and it's free. So mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. I'd love to invest in you and inspire you. Today's podcast is sponsored by my friends at Local-Line. Imagine all of your farm sales under one roof. Local-Line is the most comprehensive sales software built for farmers and food hubs, selling direct to restaurants, schools, wholesale buyers, CSA, and more. Features include e-commerce, automated inventory management, a box builder, subscriptions, point of sale, and more, helping you increase your sales, save time, and streamline your processes. Are you looking to switch to sales software that does it all? Subscriptions start as low as $49 a month with no setup fees or sales percentages. Plus, if you join Local-Line today, your onboarding manager will migrate your storefront at no cost, so you'll be up and running in no time. You can even pause your subscription in the off-season. Now, bonus, as a podcast listener, Local-Line is also offering a free premium feature for 1 year with your subscription when you use my coupon code. So to grab that, go to mydigitalfarmer.com/local-line, that's one word, and then enter the coupon code MDF2025. We love Local-Line. We've been using it for years. I highly recommend them. Make the switch today. And now back to the show. Today is inspired by a story that happened to me about a week ago when we were having a crazy day. I had not done a good job of meal planning for my family. Life got hectic, and I just decided around 5:00 p.m. that we were going to have pizza for the family. Now, I, of course, can't eat pizza, but I still make it for my kids from time to time. And here's what I did. I went to Facebook because the local pizza place, which is called DeStasio's here in Elmore, Ohio, has a Facebook page. And I happen to know that they have a daily special. I stumbled upon that a few months ago when I needed to find the phone number for this pizza place, and I knew it was on the Facebook page. So I went there and I happened to see they were running a daily special, and it was something that my kids would like. It was going to save me money. And so I called them and I ordered the daily special. And I have since discovered that they have a special literally every day, probably why they call it the daily special, and it rotates. So now anytime that we get the urge to buy pizza, I always check the daily special on their Facebook page before I order. And so I wanted to spend an entire episode talking about the power of the daily special, or its cousin, the weekly special, because this is a very powerful tool you have in your marketing toolkit, specifically when it comes to building offers. And if you follow me long enough, you will learn that the way that you increase your revenue is partly by trying to get your customers to come back more frequently to buy your products. So you're pulling the frequency lever. And if you can get more of your customers to continue to buy more often, you will see your revenue jump. So one of the ways that you can do this is by having an offer every week or every day, depending on the type of farm business you are. If you have a roadside stand, maybe you could do a daily special that rotates throughout the week, and it would drive more traffic to you. So what's interesting about this whole DeStasio's pizza example, and I'm going to be referring to it several times as we go through the material today, is that it is the reason why I choose to buy from DeStasio's and not from Pisanello's Pizza, which is in Oak Harbor. I always go to here because I know they have a weekly special, and I usually end up getting it. It's sort of trained me to become loyal, and it's also trained me to check the Facebook page for this special. So it's very interesting just to see how this has created a habit inside of me. Now, I wanted to just let you know what some of these specials were that I see on the Facebook page, just to kind of show you it does not have to be complicated. The DeStasio's Facebook business page has a post every single day. I think it's just one post a day. And when you look through their threads or through the feed, it's just a picture of that pizza. I don't even think they have pictures of the staff, maybe every now and then, but like this is the post every day, and it is effective. So all it says, it kind of follows a formula. I'm going to read the whole formula here first, and then after that, I'm just going to tell you what the specials are, the first upper section of that formula. So here's Monday night special, ! Line break, 20% off your order, ! And then in parentheses, it says, must ask for the special. We'll talk about that later. That's a powerful sentence. Then it gives the hours, 4 to 8, with the phone number. Elmore, Ohio, notice it mentions the location for geotagging probably. Curbside service available. Dine-in available. Okay, that's all it says. And then it's got usually two pictures of the pizzas. Tuesday night special. Get one topping of pepperoni free on any pizza excluding specialty pizzas. Must ask for the special. Wednesday night special, $3 off a $20 order or more. Must ask for the special. Thursday night special, $3 off a medium or large chicken bacon ranch pizza. Must ask for the special. Friday night special, $3 off a meat lovers pizza. Must ask for the special. Saturday special, between 1 and 3:30 p.m., 20% off your order. Must ask for the special. That's kind of an interesting one. What are they trying to do there? They're trying to get more people to buy during that time period. Or maybe they know that that's when people tend to want to buy the pizzas on a Saturday. And then on Sunday, they actually had two different specials. They had one that was, we have a special day between 1 and 4 o'clock, $5 off a $20 order. And then in the evening, they had a different one that said, buy a medium or large banana pepperoni pizza or a pepperoni mushroom pizza and get a second one 50% off. Must ask for the special. Okay, so that was maybe a little tedious, but I wanted to read all of them because I wanted to show you how even within the concept of the daily special, there are different types of offer formulas that she was using to entice us to come back, right? So there's the 20% off formula. There's the buy one, get one 50% off formula. There's the get one topping free if you purchase XYZ formula, right? So this is why I love teaching about offers. We have a whole class inside of our marketing school called Build a Better Offer, where you learn the offer formulas, and then every single week of that particular month's project, you're challenged to issue an offer to your audience and just play around in the sandbox of offers and just see which ones are working well. You'll discover in that project that some work better than others, and it's just kind of an experimental month, and it gets you comfortable playing around with offers. But offers are so important. If you want to make money, my friends, you have to make more offers. You have to get your customers to come back and buy more frequently. Pull that lever. So today, we're going to look at the weekly special, the daily special. And the goal of the episode is to help you create effective specials that will excite your customers and that are going to drive repeat business. That's the goal, right? So let's talk about, just really briefly, let's define what this weekly daily special even is. So it is a focused, time-limited offer that's designed to attract customers and generate repeat sales. Okay? And I think it works in just about every industry, but it works really well in our industry. I mean, we are perfectly positioned. The types of products that we sell work great for daily and weekly specials, or monthly specials for that matter, because we have a product that people need to come back and buy again. If you are a food producer, this is a resource that humans will need forever. And so this is a perfect industry for us to be in. Now, why are the weekly and daily specials so valuable as a marketing tool? Well, first of all, if you do it well, they create a sense of urgency. Time-limited offers have to encourage people to buy now. So if you're saying hanging baskets 20% off today only, that's the daily special, right? It's going to make people want to get into their car, to drive out to your greenhouse to visit you and check it out. And then while they're there, your secondary goal is to get them to buy something else and increase their average order value, right? So this daily special is the thing that pulls them in and gets them to come in the first place for that foot traffic. So creating a sense of urgency. It also builds customer habits. This is so huge. So regular specials, especially if you're in the pattern of doing this every day or every week, it gives customers a reason to check back often. And if I'm just thinking about like this donut shop that I maybe talked with you about, I think I did in a previous episode, these croissants that they only bake on Fridays. It makes me want to go to Ideal Bakery on Fridays and create a Friday habit so that I can get this from my family and my crew, because those darn croissants are so delicious. That's creating a customer habit in me. So if you have other popular items in your product suite that only show up on certain days, or where you can create a special around them, and Mondays are always around these darn croissants, right? It's a special around the croissant. It reminds the customer you have the croissant, or you have this particular vegetable or this particular meat product, and that makes them want to go and purchase it. It also, these daily and weekly specials will attract new customers. This is often the lure or the bait that gets someone off your email list and finally turning into a buyer. Or if you're doing it on social media and that's where you're promoting it, if it's a really good special, then somebody's been seeing it week after week and it always shows up on Tuesday. And one day they're like, oh, it's Taco Tuesday or whatever. I'm going to go and get it from this place because I've seen it now 5 times. The daily and weekly special also encourage larger purchases. And this is because of that principle that once people end up putting that item into their cart, they often, throw in something else. So they'll increase the average order value. It's really rare for someone to just buy one thing, especially if you have a mechanism in place to encourage them to just tag on another item, whether it's an actual upsell that you have ready and you train your team at checkout that they always ask, would you like to add, if I were at the pizza place, they often ask, do you want to add a 2-liter bottle of soda to that? Because they just have it behind them. That's kind of their standard upsell offer. But they might ask it on the phone. They might say, do you want me to throw in an extra box of breadsticks? That could be an upsell for a pizza place, right? So if you have something in mind that you can upsell and you train your team to always do it, or maybe your software system actually has the ability to do a one-click upsell, which is really, really powerful. This is a way to automatically encourage larger purchases. Sometimes you can pair this special with like a minimum purchase threshold. So you'd have to spend $25 to qualify for the special of that day. And that can also encourage a larger purchase. Weekly and daily specials also give you a chance to showcase your products. So you can highlight a seasonal item, or if you have overstock of something that you need to move, you can say, oh, I'm going to make that my weekly special. I'm thinking just as a vegetable grower, as a produce farmer, like the fruits really help us here a lot in the summertime when watermelons come in for the first time. Oh, our watermelons are so good, and people know that they're only around for a limited time. And so when they show up, we have a special around the watermelons, and we make sure to really promote that. That is the weekly special. Blackberries are the same thing. Any of our berries, when they first show up, those go crazy. I'm thinking too, just like, I don't drink at Starbucks anymore, but when I used to go to Starbucks, the pumpkin spice latte was always a big special that came around in the holiday season. And it's only around during these later months of the year, and then it's gone, it disappears. So that again is this special that causes a person to come in multiple times throughout the week so they can enjoy that limited edition pumpkin spice latte that's only around for 4 weeks. So because it is only limited like that, I'm going to make sure I come in more frequently to savor it more often. Right? So just kind of think through that lens. Okay. So there's lots of reasons why they are such a valuable marketing tool. We should be using them more often. And I know that, gosh, up until like 3 years ago, I really wasn't super aware of these different offer formulas and that I had them at my fingertips. And it wasn't until I started studying them and practicing them, getting comfortable with the ones that work for me, that I really get behind them. So I think it's important, if you haven't really embraced this yet, or you haven't added it to your marketing strategy, don't feel bad about that. I think we just don't know this stuff when we go into business. So here you are, you have a whole episode all about it. I want you to start looking for it now. As you go about your daily life, you're going to see this formula at play everywhere in all kinds of retail businesses. And so pay attention to how these businesses are using it. What kinds of things are in their offer? What's the wording on the signs or in the emails or in the social posts? And copy that. Copy that for your own business. Figure out a way to use that kind of like a template. Okay, so speaking of the offer formula, how do you actually build a great weekly special or daily special? Let's talk about that for a few minutes. Well, first of all, we want to know what the goal of your offer is. What are you trying to achieve? Do you want to move inventory? Do you want to attract new customers? Do you want to highlight a particular product category? Or maybe it's a very specific product that you are launching. Maybe it's a new product, or maybe it's a popular product like the pumpkin spice latte. Maybe you want to increase the average order value. And so this is the product that's going to help you do that. If everybody can buy this thing plus whatever they usually buy, now you've just hit your target goal to get that AOV up higher. Okay, so what is the goal? Then you want to make it simple. I have seen some daily specials or weekly specials that are hard to understand, where I have to like wrap my head around what exactly do I have to do to qualify, and it just makes my brain hurt. So we don't want it to be difficult for a customer to understand or difficult for us to communicate. And this is where knowing some of those common offer formulas can really help, because the public has been exposed to many of these formulas. They see them again and again in all different kinds of industries. So when they see them in yours, they're going to understand how it works. So buy 4 herbs, get 1 free. $3 off a large chicken bacon ranch pizza, right? Those are very simple to understand. Then you want to choose the right driver. So here's some common offer styles. Percentage off discounts, like 15% off all pollinator plants today. Or buy X, get Y free. Free gift with a purchase, bundle deals, 3 packs of veggie plants for $12, a giveaway entry. I see that one a lot. Like spend $50 and be entered to win a gardening gift basket. Things like that. So choose the right driver. This is again where you get to play around and see which ones work better. You'll learn that the more you practice. And then this one's important. Set a time limit. That's the whole concept behind the weekly special and the daily special. That offer is only good for that day or for that week. And people need to know when is the deadline. You want to create urgency and scarcity around that offer. And then finally, make it relevant and seasonal if you can. So I often see people building offers around what is trending, what's useful right now. In this particular season, what is something that people are actually needing? So if you are a greenhouse, herbs and vegetables starts will go up in May. And in winter, it might be decor for Christmas decorations. And so you're going to be building specials around what people are actually wanting and hunting for in that season, if that makes sense. One of the last points I want to make here is I really like how D'Stasio's Pizza had this parenthetical phrase in every single one of their posts, and it said, must mention the special. So if some of you are worried, I'm going to lose money because of this special, they're going to be people who only come in to get the special and they don't buy anything else, and that is a concern, well, then you can try getting at that by having this thing must mention the special at checkout. If you have live sales, you can't just automatically give them the special. You only give it to them if they bring it up. So that could be something that you put out there. So something to think about. Okay, now where do you promote your weekly or daily special? There's so many marketing channels where this can work. The first one I'm going to bring up to you is your email list, because I think that that's actually where the greatest ROI is, that in SMS or texting. So you could send out a weekly email with the weekly special in it. That could be the whole focus of the email. I don't think it's a good idea in general to have your weekly email always be a promotional email, but it absolutely can have a promotional element in it. Like maybe the weekly special is always in the PS and the body of the email is more a story or something that teaches them something or an announcement. I teach all the different ways to be really great at writing a weekly email. There's a whole project in it inside of From Marketing School. But you can certainly drop that weekly special in the PS. It's a great place to go because everyone reads the PS of your emails. You could also target specific people on your email list with some of these weekly specials or daily specials. Something to think about if you have a VIP group, or maybe you have certain people that love buying pork. You could create the special around the pork that week, and that email goes to them only and excludes other people. Social media is obviously another one where you would put this. You can post daily with photos or videos, behind the scenes content, staff prepping the specials. Honestly, though, D'Estasio's Pizza, like, they just have a picture of the pizza. It's not actually a very good picture of the pizza, to be honest, but I'm not looking for that. I'm actually going there now on purpose. I do a search for D'Estasio's. I go to the page, find the special, call the phone number because it's in there in the post, and I'm on my way. Sometimes I see the pizza, it catches my eye as I'm scrolling, and it makes me think, oh, I should get a pizza, or I could get a pizza. But yeah, I don't even know if, for people who have been trained to come every Friday to get pizza from you, I don't even know if they need to have a beautiful picture. In-store signage is another thing that you should consider. That doesn't apply to all of you, but if you have a physical location, vibrant, clear signs that are in the right spot at the store. So having something right at the entrance when they walk in. You might even want to have it at checkout. You might definitely want to have it near the product itself, the special of the day. There should be some kind of signage there. Or if it's the actual pricing sign, maybe should have something written on it. This made me think about an example at a local butcher shop called Tank's Meats here in Elmore. I remember going in there a little over a year ago. I was getting some bacon and some lunch meat, and I noticed a sign on the wall that I had not seen before. Tank's Meats offers daily packed lunches for people. We have a lot of workers that go there and we'll just grab a sandwich. I think it's like a special meal. So a sandwich and a bag of chips and I think a soda. And it's always priced at the same amount. And every day they have a different type of sandwich or different type of meal. And for the first time, I noticed that they had an actual schedule on the wall that told you what the daily specials were going to be. And it showed the rotation. So, day of the week was the rows, and then the columns were like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then they had different things written into the blocks on this whiteboard. So it was like chicken bacon ranch wraps was on Mondays. Tuesdays was going to be coney dogs. Wednesdays was pizza subs. Thursday was chicken fritters. Friday was barbecue pork chop. I can't read. Oh, sandwiches. Barbecue pork chop sandwiches. I took a picture of this sign. I'm actually looking at it right now and printed it out because I thought this was really smart. If I were someone that kind of fell into that ideal customer avatar, that category of customer that wants to come to Tank's to get my lunch periodically throughout the week, this would be a helpful thing for me to see. Because if I happen to show up on Tuesday because I need a lunch and it's coney dog day, and then I look up and I say, oh, they're having chicken fritters on Thursday? That sounds really good. I'm going to have to remember to come back on Thursday. You've prepped me, you've kind of shown me the roadmap. So this is another thing to think about as you're doing a daily special. You could even forecast for your customers what they are going to be so that they learn the rotation and then they anticipate the next daily special. They kind of understand that it's what it's going to be. They memorize it. And now you're creating and coaching that buying habit. Now they're coming not just on Tuesdays to buy the coney dogs, but they also come on Wednesdays because they really like your Reubens. And that's the only time that you do Reubens. So they're coming on Tuesday and Wednesday, and now you've just increased the order frequency for your customer. You see how that works? So sometimes creating a sign with the schedule on it can really help you. I also just want to hit home again the importance of using scarcity to boost the impact of this weekly or daily special. So highlighting your limited stock. If you only have 20 hanging baskets left, make sure you mention that. You can use countdowns in your social media, maybe even on Instagram, in your Instagram stories, to remind followers of the deadline. So if you have a daily special, you can say, hey, it's almost over. This is the day of the week when we have XYZ, only a few hours left. If it's a weekly special, same kind of concept. So using deadlines. Include shareable visuals. This is where it might pay for you to spend a little bit of time creating a nice social media graphic so people can share that with other people. Tag a friend who needs this deal. Maybe you have referral incentives. If you want to go crazy, you can reward your best referrers. You can use influencers as well and let them know what the schedule of your specials are going to be and ask them to help support you or collaborate with you on an Instagram story or on a reel or something like that. Okay, I wanted to end with just some tips for making your specials successful. Real quick, planning ahead will always help you. So if you can actually map out the specials a month at a time, this allows you to order the supplies that you might need, or you can prep your marketing assets in advance. I really find this to be helpful. This is where building a promotion calendar can help you a ton. We have an entire project inside of Farm Marketing School, 30-day project called Building a Promotion Calendar, where I teach you how to do this. And then the work of that month is to actually build a promotion calendar for yourself. And this does not have to be a super detailed one. You do not need to write all the copy or get all the graphics ready. You're just mapping out the roadmap, the plan. And so if you can think strategically ahead, like, oh, I know I have these kinds of products in this month, or this is a holiday that comes up in this month, or man, I always have a really large overstock of items, it seems, at this month. You can begin to imagine what your weekly specials could be. Or you could even decide in the process of planning that I want to try a daily special type of model for these 2 months that my roadside stand is open, and just see what happens and have a different offer every day, see if it generates more sales. And you could just decide, I'm going to do that, and maybe even map out a few ideas of what those daily specials could be in advance, so that when that month comes and you decide to implement it, you're not scrambling. You've got at least a little bit of a rough draft. Promotion calendars are so helpful. And you guys, I've gotten to the point now where it only takes me about an hour and a half. I think the first time I did it, it was 3 to 4 hours because it was just learning stuff. But now I just I rinse and repeat it. I reuse what worked well the year before. So I save that promotion calendar and use it as part of the planning process in late December, early January when I begin that process. So you want to learn how to do that. This might be the month for you to subscribe to Farm Marketing School just to take that class. mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS. Go in there, take the assessment real quick and watch the kind of onboarding crash course. That's really quick for marketing. Might take you 30 minutes to do that, but then jump into that promotion calendar class because that's going to be immensely helpful for you. Even if you only end up doing 50% of it, you'll still benefit. And then you can also be tracking those key metrics that are going to double your revenue. Speaking of tracking, track the results of this daily special, weekly special promo strategy. Please keep notes on what actually works. Not all of them are going to be winners. I'm thinking about this Tanks Meats example I just shared with you. When they mapped that all out, they have these different sandwiches and lunches. They actually had the schedule for 3 weeks. So they had a week 1, week 2, week 3, and then it would cycle back around. I think that's a little too complicated, but I'm sure that as they did this, they noticed which were the meals, what were the days that we had a lot of people show up to buy this product. And that's going to indicate to them, wow, people must really love Coney dogs. So we're going to do Coney dogs more often. Or maybe they'll eventually just turn it into a weekly pattern instead of a 3-week pattern. And they know which 3 meals are the most popular based on their test, right? So track those results. And, everyone does this differently. It kind of depends on your style. For my really big promotions, I have like a very detailed debriefing process and I map it all out and write it down in a Google Sheet. But you might just need to keep track of stuff on a simple spreadsheet where you're just looking at some numbers, the key metrics that you are wanting to look at, like how many new customers, how many active customers did I get? How many new customers came in? Today's podcast is sponsored by Farm Marketing School. This is my monthly online membership program for beginning to intermediate farmers that's designed to teach you the ropes of farm marketing, but also, more importantly, to help you actually build the most essential marketing assets that you need to have in your farm business if you want to thrive. Now, I know you know how important systems are. You have systems in your business for all kinds of things in the production realm, but you also need systems in your marketing and sales, especially if you want to scale up and get to that point where you can have a team, hire a great group of people, and be less and less involved in the minutia of your business. So inside of Farm Marketing School, there are over 15 different classes that you can take. You join for a monthly fee and you can have access to all of them. You can binge them all if you want, or you can be selective about which ones you want to deploy. They're each designed to take about 30 days, and you watch the training video, and then you actually build that particular marketing asset, whether it's updating the homepage of your website, or it's writing an email nurture sequence, or it's practicing writing a weekly email really well, or building out different kinds of promotion offers. So many different projects inside of there. I also give you a resource folder with examples and templates to shortcut the process. Sometimes I have bonus videos that give you a step-by-step of how to do the tech work. It's really good. It gets really high marks. So I encourage you in your off season to take some time and invest in building out the sales and marketing systems in your business. To join Farm Marketing School and try it out for a month, head to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS. And now back to the show. Okay, consistency is also key. You want to be training your customers to expect regular specials. We've talked about the importance of creating buying habits. So if your customers are already in a certain eating habit, like maybe Fridays are Fish Fridays, then you want to pitch your daily special to take advantage of that. Or maybe you want to help establish a new habit. I remember talking with Kendall Ballantyne when I interviewed her for the podcast about her prepared foods line that she has created within her business at Central Park Farms. And she and a chef work together to use her meat to create prepared foods, a value-added product that they then sell. And she's noticed that people are now having basically a prepared foods night once a week using her product. They've created a whole day of the week that's always using this type of product. That's a behavior that they trained into their customer. So can you do something like that? Is there a certain item that if you only offer a special on corn on Fridays, well, you're training your people to always have sweet corn on Friday or Saturday night of the weekend, and they'll just keep coming back every weekend. Okay. And then just have fun with it. I think this is important. We lose sight of it, but I've seen some really fun, creative twists on daily specials that make me chuckle, and I want to just buy it because it's hilarious, and I can't wait to tell my friends that I bought this thing because I saw it as a special. So if there's a way to make it memorable or give it a funny name or have a surprise, silly freebie that makes people full of joy or that goes a little viral, then I say go for it. Okay, so let's wrap this up. I thought that I would end by sharing some examples of daily specials for a greenhouse. If you sell potted plants, herbs, roses, that kind of stuff. And I thought of this because my mother-in-law actually has a roadside stand and a greenhouse that's really profitable for her. And I went into ChatGPT. I am a subscriber, so I actually pay for it every month. And this is the prompt that I typed in to help me with this. And I'm sharing this with you because I want to show you how you can partner up with ChatGPT to make this work of building daily special offers a whole lot faster, a whole lot easier. So if If the thing that's holding you back is this just feels hard, then I invite you to try typing this into the prompt box. Here's what I wrote. Imagine you are an expert at retail marketing B2C for a plant greenhouse. Please design a daily special rotation for 7 days in the month of early May for a greenhouse in Northwest Ohio that sells flowers, herbs, succulents, and vegetable plants. Okay, that's what I typed into ChatGPT, and 10 seconds later, I had a ton of ideas, and I'm going to share them real fast with you. Day 1, Flower Power Monday. I don't love that name, but it's a cool idea. Flower Power Monday, 20% off all hanging flower baskets. It even gave me a marketing hook idea. Brightened up your porch or patio. Today only, hanging flower baskets are 20% off. Bonus add-on, offer a buy 3, get 1 free deal on potting soil or plant food for hanging baskets. Day 2, Herb Garden Tuesday. Buy 4 herbs, get 1 free. Day 3, Vegetable Victory Wednesday. That's a horrible name. Don't use that. But I like the concept. 25% off all tomato and pepper plants. Day 4, Wildflower Thursday. 15% off pollinator-friendly flowers and native perennials. Day 5, Free Herb Friday. Spend $25 or more and get a free 4-inch herb plant. Choose from basil, parsley, or thyme. So you can even tell them, you can limit the selection of the ones that you have the most of. Day 6, Succulent Saturday. Buy 2 succulents, get 1 free. And day 7, Mother's Day special. 15% off gift-ready items like decorative pots, gift cards, and pre-potted arrangements. They even give you suggestions for what that even means. So I don't know if those jump out at you, but I wanted to show you how quickly I was able to get some ideas that I could then spin off of simply by going to ChatGPT. So if you haven't used that tool yet, you might find that it actually shortens your whole work process, your workload when it comes to writing, being creative. So try that out. All right, let's wrap this up. I want you to experiment with your own daily or weekly special using the principles that I shared in this episode. So go and map out a week's worth of daily specials for your farm store or maybe your farmer's market booth and test them out. Test them out and see how they impact your traffic, see how they impact your sales. I suspect they are going to do an amazing work. The other thing you could do is you could actually put some of these into your promotion calendar. To actually spend some time this coming month, build a promotion calendar plan, and put this mechanism in place in a few locations. If you're not sure what a promo calendar is or if that feels overwhelming, please come in to Farm Marketing School this month. Take that class. That class alone is going to just unlock you in so many ways. And if that's just the only class you take, great. You can, while you're in there, you can binge watch everything. But I think it's well worth 30 days inside of Farm Marketing School. You can go to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS and then look for the project called Building a Promotion Calendar. All right, that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me today on the show. If you like today's episode, please go leave me a rating or a review or tell a farmer friend about it. I'm trying to get the word out that we exist. There's so much good material on this podcast, and I want as many people as possible to know about it. If you want to get onto my email list and get some more marketing coaching, you can go to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. That is a free resource, and it is so good. And don't forget, I'm also on Instagram at mydigitalfarmer. I've been a little quiet this holiday season, but I'm back on board now, so I'd love to meet up with you there, especially in stories at mydigitalfarmer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful week, and remember, I believe in you. Take care. Bye-bye.